there's a farmer.
His
horse runs away. And
Yeah.
everyone in the town comes to him and says, "Your horse ran away. What terrible luck you have."
Yeah.
He goes, "Maybe so, maybe not." Then the next day, the horse comes back and brings back other horses.
It's good, man. It's so funny. Like as we get older, from when we're younger, like it's just a different sort. I used to always think like, you know what, my friends change, but I think it's also because I'm changing.
Mm-hmm. You're growing.
You're developing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Dude, I have this thing I want to ask you. I just don't know if it's okay for me.
Yeah. Go for it,
it's
man.
It's like really sensitive stuff.
Yeah.
Deep stuff?
Yeah, it's deep stuff.
Yeah,
and
go
I
for
don't know
it.
if you're. I just wanted to make sure you're okay with
I'm
it.
good
I
with
tried
it,
to
man.
text you on my phone. See if we go through Apple Watch to see if I can ask permission.
It's all good, man. Go for it.
One of the things that I think I remember, not clearly, I don't know how I know this, but I just do, was Heartbreak was a big part of your journey.
Oh yeah, man, it's so funny. Yeah, I actually don't mind talking about it at all.
I don't know why I know this, but I do know this.
Yeah. So when you talk about like which one are you talking about? More
Which
like,
one? Which time period?
Which are you talking about? My family, or are you talking about relationships?
No, I'm talking about like relationships.
Oh, relationships.
The one before the vet, I think.
Okay,
That was, I think, the one.
The one, yeah. So, you know what? Actually, that gave me a lot of drive in my life. It did. It gave me a lot of drive in my life. I did. I think I had gone to Germany at the time. I met a lot of my dad's side, right? So, a lot of my dad's friends, and that's where I got to know a lot about him. I'm like. And then I was just from hearing from other people, see what he was doing. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not even doing 10% of that. So when I came back, I'm like, you know what? I need to change my life, right? I'm like, I need to change. Like, I don't know what. And it's so funny. Even till this day, I go on a vacation and come back. I think I change for the better, and I have some sort of awakening or something. So. Came back, obviously our relationship wasn't working out at the time, and I just pretty much had to put my foot down. I'm like, you know what? Either we do this, we support each other, we do it. If not, we're gonna have to go our separate ways. We tried, it didn't work, and then I think I had tried with it 3 times, and then after that, it didn't work out. And then I just kind of focused on work.
I think for men, one of the biggest blessings is.
Yeah, you know what I realized through friends.
I think you got into fighting shape as well.
Huh?
I think you got into fighting shape as well.
Like
fitness, rip.
I think that's what
everything
I remember.
clarity.
Is like your whole life changed. After that. Yeah,
it did. I went back to the gym. I started being more active. I got in the best shape of my life. It was nice, man, for sure. Then I started again. I had the right people. People sometimes say you're self-made. But I think people along the way, they had come into my life, pushed me to do the things I wanted to do, and then I started doing those things in my life, which has brought me here today, Can I say I'm self-made? Sure, yeah, in a way, but for the most, I wouldn't say that, because people around me, because it resonated with me quite a bit, because I was watching Arnold's, have you guys watched that documentary?
Yeah. Clips of it.
Yeah, so he was talking about how, like, again, I used to already think this, but it's the people who came into my life helped me do the things I wanted to do in order for me to achieve what I wanted to achieve, right? But again, to answer your question, yeah, that was a huge part of my life, right? But again,
did you know that I knew that?
Oh, I'm sure my whole family knew about it. Yes.
I don't know how I heard about it, but I heard and I knew. So
yeah.
It's all weird because we don't ever talk about any of this stuff ever.
Yeah.
But like we're aware of it. You're aware of my situation. I'm aware of your situation. We both. There's a knowingness, but it's not like we sit down and like, hey, what was your childhood like?
Yeah. You know what, man? I've dealt with. You know what? The thing is, I just feel like these kind of things in your life make you a stronger person. And I think I've dealt with a lot worse shit too, right? But again, coming from an Indian family, watching all these shows and Indian movies, and then they're like, hey, you know what? You only love once, right?
Oh,
so that's ingrained into your head, like.
Yeah.
It's just.
I call it the scarcity program, the
Yeah.
lack of abundance. And
Yeah.
that hurt me for a long time, and my guess is it affected you for a long time, of not having enough and not being enough in yourself.
Yeah, you know what? Mine is a lot of rejection.
Yeah.
It's a lot of rejection. So, like again, I had to hear a lot of no's.
Mm-hmm.
It came to the point where I started thinking of the worst before I getting into a situation so I'm not disappointed. Now, I felt like that worked a lot better for me, even till this day. They're like, again, I'll go on a vacation. My friends will ask me, aren't you excited? Or, I'm like, I'm not going to be excited until it happens. When it happens, sure, I'll be all about it. And I got this pup. They're like, aren't you excited? I'm like, you put a deposit, you're getting. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be excited until I have it in my hands. Yeah.
And there's a crazy horses fable. I don't know if you guys, the farmer's fable. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah.
We talked about it. Can I share it with you? You
Yeah. Let's
version
hear
of
it.
But there's a farmer.
Yeah.
His horse runs away. And
Yeah.
everyone in the town comes to him and says, your horse ran away. What terrible luck you have.
Yeah.
He goes, maybe so, maybe not. Then the next day, the horse comes back and brings back other horses.
Wow.
So everyone in town comes to him and says, what good luck you have. Your horse brought back 2 extra horses.
Yeah.
And he goes, maybe so, maybe not. Then the next day, his son's riding the horse, falls off, breaks his leg. And everyone in town comes to him and says, what terrible luck you have. Your kid broke his leg on riding your horse.
Yeah.
And then he goes, maybe so, maybe not. And then the next day, the military comes to town. They're recruiting for the military, and they can't take his son because the son has a broken leg.
Yeah.
Everyone in town comes to him and says, oh, what great luck you have. Your son didn't have to go to the military because he has a broken leg.
Yeah.
And he goes, maybe so, maybe not. Right? So the moral of the story is, you don't know if things are good or bad
Yeah.
until it's all said and done.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there's a level of detachment that comes with that, right? If you stop attaching your importance to things, they'll just happen for you.
Also, if you look back in your life and from where you are today, if you detach from the idea that good things happen, bad things happen, whatever the purpose of your previous experiences to what you are today, there is a connection to why that needed to happen for you to be the way that you are today.
Yeah.
Right? I've met a person that actually changed my idea on that about 10 or 15 years ago from my previous job.
Yeah.
It was an older lady that came in, and we just started talking. I was at my workplace, and we were getting the order ready. So she was explaining to me how she was in great shape. She used to work out, deadlift, and work out, and she had no idea why she was doing it, but she was going through a marital issue where she got divorced. She was she had her child with her son, and she just got into the most phenomenal shape. And it wasn't just like bodybuilding; it was heavy stuff. What's
powerlifting.
Powerlifting.
Yeah.
She started doing powerlifting, and everybody was thinking, "Man, this is so bizarre that she was just a very shy, reserved person, and now she's like the opposite, and she was taller, bigger. And next thing you know, her son gets into an accident. Accident was so bad that he busted up his back and his spine needed realigning or surgery on it, and a bunch of stuff happened. And what happened was because he was a little bit bigger, the care aides that used to come to the house to turn him over to take care of him, they couldn't. And because she had been powerlifting, she was able to move him around with ease. And so when she told me that story, she was we connected because she's like, I believe in a higher power. And she said, God put me in the position for me to lose my husband. For me to get into fighting shape because she was very reserved her entire life. And then her son gets in an accident, and she pretty much helped him recover for him to get his health back. And I was thinking, that's amazing to have that perspective, because most people would think, oh, it just like whatever happened, it just happened for whatever reason. They don't really think of a purpose. But to make those connections and share them, I thought this is actually like
a spiritual awakening. Right?
Yeah, and I started thinking.
I talk a lot about that stuff.
I think it's important, man. Like, I feel like I've known some people who like meditate, and they eventually there's that path, if you think about it, where does that come from? Like, I feel like it comes from God. Like, eventually you find your way to that. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
Like,
Cool.
believe, like, even as a kid, like, even now as I get older, I feel like my
Good Lord.
my belief in God has gotten
You
stronger.
upset him. So with Arlo interrupting us, we might as well. I think if you guys are good, we can call it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably
Yeah.
hungry or something.
Otherwise, we'll be here for hours.
Oh yeah, for sure. I could probably sit here and talk.
We have a thing we like to finish off with.
Yeah.
We have a game we play. We'll play for the next 30 seconds. We say a word.
Okay.
You say the first word back that comes to your mind.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And we'll just throw them out there.
We'll just go back and forth because I got a couple. I got a couple this or that's in my mind.
Yeah.
I got this or that. He likes to do the speed thing, but I got this and that because I know you based on.
So we'll do this and then we'll wrap up because we're really done for time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We won't elaborate on anything.
No
Nice.
worries.
We usually like to elaborate, but we won't this time.
Yeah.
Because the podcast is great, actually. One of the best ones, in my opinion. Arlo.
Oh, my life.
I got one. Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Lamborghini.
Ooh. Wrong answer. I'll tell you why at the end.
I'm the same. We can't elaborate, but I'm the same way. What do we got here? Dreams.
Oh, passion.
$50,000 business or $200,000 job?
$50,000 business. I could probably grow it a lot more than
Yeah.
$200,000 job.
Yeah.
I got one. Heartbreak.
Life. That's part of life, man.
Friendships and bonds.
Oh, I'd say friendships for sure.
Fitness competitions.
Fitness competition is passion, I'd say still. Yeah.
Solo trip or
Solo trip.
I know.
Yeah, it's so funny because I've met so many people on my solo trips. My first solo trip, I was super nervous, but you know, like solo trips, they change you, man. They're good. I recommend it to everybody.
They force you to get out of your skin.
Yeah, it definitely does. I feel like I can make friends easily, but with solo trips, it's like you have no choice.
You have no choice.
You have no choice. You're going to a country where you may not even speak the language, and how are you going to communicate, right?
That's perfect. On that, let's wrap it up, man. If you're alone and you want to go out on a trip, you're more likely to do stuff, cool stuff that you're not, that you might be tied down.
And you may even meet people who want to do different stuff than you, so you might just step out of your box.
Wicked, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Big Bro Sahil on the pod.
Let's get it.
Thanks for having me, man.
Can we get a paw shake?
You want to give
Let's
him
do
a
a
paw
paw
shake?
shake. Bring him over. Paw
He's
shake.
got his vaccine
There we go.
today.